There are five bonded values, identities of positive that are bonded, as five identities of sequence nature by the one that is self generating, as its one identity and identity of relationship to itself. For example, an order of value before the cell nucleus, while being the value of the cell nucleus, while being the value of the cell body, while being the value of the cell wall in a plant. Though, and a little bit beyond it, for example, as what is coming through that is positive or negative onto it and as its value, but which is in demonstration of these five bonds. That's in other words, this is why we have values originally and unceasingly, but in demonstration of identity as a nature of volume. So sequence true before the value of physics. The order of the finite means the smallest detail about physics. From before that, while being that value, that those values, these are values tied. This is not just using values the way other people do it, abridged, reliant upon other experts of logic, of self, and their theories and their physical delusions, recorded with premise treatments, with sequence treatments, criminally foreign influenced, juxtaposed with physical delusions, formally intersciences. Now that maintains sensibilities by treatments of positive that are victim predators, pretending what only discerning things to be binary, because that's everyone came through this forsaken. The sciences have an abridged identity so they can be self-valued. Fact treatment literature, logic racketeering styles in relationship to the abridged constitution that our founders left us to demonstrate. They recorded and how they didn't have the leverage. All theater about now try to keep it up. That doesn't that's not how you read what they were trying to talk about. You read about how that theater was forced. They're leaving out the finite. See Martin Luther King speak about how the finite is supposed to be is forced ignored, not by one side. All sides individually grouped and together since semi-ancient times. Modern nations are identities raised as a trap. So the identity of sequence drew before the value of physics. The order of the finite is one physical value. Order, system. It's one orders itself onto itself as a nature of volume, inherent. Sequence true, the inherent, which is the order of the finite. Active, our active quality of fact treatment nature is value, positive or negative in relationship to this. See, we have other positive, but these are systems that aren't the system that nature made our value nature system for. So since semi-ancient times, this this semi-ancient archetypal criminal enterprise maintained the real causes of negative value nature progressions, acts, and natures and demonstration of this self-value to maintain logic racketeering styles manifest, needing to hide it with uses of the all identity of the ground locations. Because the ground has a tie to this our logic as a quality of fact measure, as a nature of volume. This way, five bonded natures of volume by the nature that is in demonstration of itself this way. Your many pray. We'll examine how English is revealed to teach this. This is what Little Rap Guy and friends are about. For example, MNO. It's all the letters at once. MNO though are bonded. This trinity is making more and more of itself. Finite, semi, and complete. English was revealed to teach this. Yin Yang goes inside all, because the ancients revealed this together. Before sciences became criminally foreign influence, they had experienced that before, but not like this. And there was forgiveness. I mean, it wasn't like this, because this we'll examine this. So it's fine. It's the sequence true, the order of the finite, the order of progression, the value of those three orders. The order of what is progressive is value. With our quality of fact, human nature here now, though, simultaneously, the value of that. And the value of identity's complete course. This is where each complete identity is simultaneously an unceasing semi nature, relationship to why we are individually grouped and together, species, distinctly, non distinctly, and together. This is one identity's identity of relationship to itself and demonstration to us, but no longer as science, the voice of science. Sciences are now abridged, and how that was is exploited. See, we need free speech to be able to demonstrate it. So the media stole me to fake location, for example, stealing my identities, fake words. They attached me to fake ties to other people with interbranch actors that did this simultaneously, distinctly and non distinctly from the private media. These are also media, private, and our interbranch drug cliques. We won't go into what they are, but I mean, that's various ways. Uncharged, but recorded and charged too. Roles with the principal child abuser. A whole bunch of abuses of each age of factory nature, same ones. And see what this is how they have everyone speak through others, and then they pretend there were conversations that there weren't. Two Mendez police, a Kerr family, and recorded, confessed inside, outside Wethersfield Police Department, inside, outside New Britain Superior Court. Well, fake with the principal child offender. Fake recorded conversation with me with a Janito Mendez. Pretended it was recorded by a police equipment. Never had a conversation with him in my life. His brother was recorded involved with. I never had a class with him. Never had hung around with him in my life either. Explained how they try to pretend other. And the ones involved with that are the ones involved with them. These are us people involved with child abuse as the ones involved with World Trade Center attack predicate acts, racketeering rules, and uses of them remotely through that, leading up to it and in it. Remotely meaning their sensibilities, their life progressions. This is how that word remote. There are proofs it was used. It was revealed by the ancients. Now, vaccine. So, someone please respond for them picking one name and sequence and one spelling of it. See, they have only people with theater. They have this identity racketeering. So we don't have like people. Oh, this comedian. These people are, they're making everyone pretend they're hard, but not one person's hard. No, I mean, in other words, no one cares, and that's all they're saying. And because as let someone else think for them, hide from that. So we'll examine also every subject, every theme comes with predicate value, comes with the value greater than this to it. This Trinity's self generation, this Trinity's genesis. Is a method of making more and more positive that will only stay positive unto itself. So neutrality is a tool and demonstration of that. But this is per a value nature system, that these value nature systems and sensibilities and logic justifying them have no means. I mean, can't stand the voices of with free speech. That means right now, sequence true. order of the finite truths, active truths, progressive truths. Like, look what built the people stacking of modern nations. A pathology forced by, look what built even suburbs, sickly denatured, built to cause negative value nature progressions, acts, and natures. Blame the other things other than self, built to make everyone keep locked and vested, incapable of affording anything else. You know, and valuing senses of security, positions to security, used to keep everyone used remotely. In other words, everyone's a victim. Everyone's victim predator here, originally still. Vaccine. So I tell us things. So they also recorded, confess, they use the method of having the investigators, the intelligence community, pretend to be against Russians with election hacking because they were involved with them already with cases lit criminally. A whole bunch of nations at once, though, regardless if they like each other or not on paper. That's what they did with the world wars. That's what they did with every war. These are only people that are expert lean and indifferent to that and exploiting it and indifferent to that. Otherwise, free speech. So follow mandated law. The branch of government faking things into databases in collusion with on off the media locations. They're also involved other ways with the intelligence community, not just with judges and prosecutors and their family members with crimes with kids. Governor Malloy, they lied with prosecutors with their kids because they had to pretend delusions because they had fake conversations with me, fake locations tied to me with those people raising them up, training people too early, not by accident. That's why they make these confessions and demonstrations of with the same families through time involved with overt criminal enterprises. And all they're undercover and they pretend it's just about that, but they're act with predicate acts together. So and you can't just ignore this because they have all the identity of the ground locations like this. They want to make people have differences because then you have to go into the courts that are already with their family members themselves involved with what they can't have discerned because it shows misprision, criminality, individual grouped and together, each one of each branch, and then it shows them individually grouped it together. Like, for example, the judicial branch and the executive branch, they forge names and switch names. And they have roles with confessions used criminally too, because then these are time treatments they're lying about. They're pretending they don't understand people to pretend they had conversations. For example, they have all kinds of racketeering methods stayed manifest originally and still. What motivated them to roles, especially if made up, still rolls with it when they bring up the concept? The subject, for example, of witch trials. Should leave out predicate value here too. And this is leaving out what male and female is in demonstration of. And with neutrality, which is one identity attached to all other identities of value progression. One identity of value progression is self-generating through through the plurality it generates in relationship to the science of the Trinity. Which is forever nature's, also as its identity is also the identity of space and is also the identity of existence. Now, part of the value of existence is taken away and part was gained, so while it simultaneously was perpetually gained. Part of this, the value of space as its own, the nature of volume, was taken away, given to, and while it was replaced by this simultaneous nature, which is simultaneously increasing the value of their content because they also have the shared identity space in existence. So space's value only increases. The value of existence only increases, even when it goes away. The identities, temporary identities, are in generation of more and more forever nature. Life is a quality of diffusion. So we'll examine how nothing is binary per this trinity, and how English was revealed to teach this, and how there are three natures of volume, three natures of letters, and how that their natures are the same natures, value nature relationship to itself when inside itself, as the simultaneous nature that has is distinctly and non-distinctly that as semi-nature, and is distinctly and non-distinctly that as finite nature. See, Allah's name was revealed to teach this too, but as a grouped value, increasingly positive or negative. And again, positive or negative is not binary. Even the outcome. This is about the five bonded values of value progression. So two fives equal 10. And there's we'll examine this. It's not just the numbers juxtaposed with the letters. It's also juxtaposed with identity nature, which is an increasing nature of volume, self-generating. This is the Trinity. The numbers are an identity, like distinct from the letters. Like if the if the letters of the if the letters of the heart, if the numbers of the heart and the lungs are the letters, they share this identity and its identity of relationship to itself, which is where and how and why the semi-nature is value, because it's a demonstration of simultaneous nature, which is a demonstration of this. So there's a hierarchy of sequence. There's the identity differential. This is the difference between what causes positive value nature progressions, action natures here, its fruits and gifts, or forces it from here. Leith of Hadith, as the value of its relationship to itself, again that which will only stay positive, as forever as neutrality was revealed to teach. See, the ancients came upon our differences, originally self-valued them, because now it's easier and easier to see what's true always and not denying any exceptions. That makes it easier and easier to reveal evolution's fruits and gifts. Santa's clause is about this. It's why you're supposed to be good all year. What is an identity concerned with? Positive and negative. This is the perfect value progression. This is identity's course boxing. I tell you things alone. Campus Marcius calls you back, now home. Who disbelieves? Pick one name in sequence. Respond for your branches of government in writing. And because they use mail crimes, wire crimes in their locations to fake writing into databases. We have the whole crime methods recorded, confessed, and demonstrated. So it's essential that we have online response too, because their uses of their Facebook pages and of the ones of the campuses and of the ones of private. And that in collusion with overt criminal enterprises with and as what really uses them the most. What really furthers them the most. Oh, it's the money. This cared about fact treatment nature styles way since before our founders were born here. This cared about treatments of positive. This cared about what the course that each age of fact treatment nature is distinct for. This cared about having a self-value that self-obfuscated, worse than that. But these are not correlations beings, one way redeems. See, time is being used all the way too fast, too slow. Connecticut media recorded, confessed, and demonstrated they have uses of their phone. They just pretend they don't understand people. After they stole me to fake conversations with them, fake locations, fake ties to other people. They did with kids too, fake ties to doctors. I'm not just saying that because I don't want to speak about medical information. We have doctors attaching me and attaching other kids to fake locations, and those doctors are recorded sick with their actual patients. Not even a doctor, but they're recorded involved with racketeering acts and actually recorded natures, like criminal and seditious natures, like wrongdoers, wrongdoing, all tied to these people. See, we have psychology originally instilled since before before since our founders never had free speech in many ways too. Not one must teach. Come through, respond for them. All positions of they have only opinions fake when it comes down to it. CT must break. Mandated law means don't make opinions about what people are saying. Don't pretend you don't understand them. That's why we will show how the judicial branch is preventing mandated law and worse. We have to see these crime methods they've been doing it with. These are the same people pretending to be about positive, not by accident. You'll read their souls. Algebraic consciousness will free your souls. Not doctor, not lawyer, not police form. The bar is recorded originally still, left by our founders to demonstrate how maintained criminally foreign influence. All logic racketeering natures. Victims, but victim predator. Forgiveness is about not giving up. Forgiveness is about permitting the fact cheating nature counters without having a whole bunch of fake positive natures make opinions, then pretend that we're making opinions. Follow the sequence shifts before while being the value of money. Sequence value never goes away. Here many pray, and there's 5 natures of sequence nature. Boxings. The science is sharing identity. There's one way to not fight physically, but to fight and I'll win. Boxings begin. Respond.